Leah McKendrick,
Hi,
as I live and breathe. There you are.
here I am. It's me.
Before before I start, I just want to ask you a question. The
Hey,
poster, um, was that a hard shoot to just lay there with the eggs?
no, I have the easiest job. The designer, Nancy, my photographer, who's also my cinematographer, Julia Swain. I mean, they just crush it. I do nothing. And I will say that she added those eggs in later, so it was
Ah,
me literally on an actual gynecologist's bed, a real one. We went into my real life fertility doctor's office and we shot it there because there's all kinds of posters that are still coming out. I can't wait for you to see the one with my legs wide open. It's gonna be a show. Just buckle up for
I'll
it.
tell you.
I do love the
You
poster.
involve everyone in your productions.
Oh yeah, you got to. Anybody that knows me is getting a call from me. Can you come be on set? Can you come do this? Can you help me with everybody that it takes a village. I don't know how else you make a movie
Well,
independently.
let's talk about Scrambled because that's why we're here. And of course, what a just a drop dead funny ass film this is.
You, yay! I know
And
that women get it. Like I feel like confident about women, so it's always really nice when a gentleman tells me that he found it funny and he got it.
well, I put this at the same level as Bridesmaids and things like that, where it's just so well done, well written. Your character is wonderful, and we all fall in love with her in all of these little crises that she has.
Here's quite a few crises, huh? And Bridesmaids is one of my favorite of all time films, so that is such a lovely reference. Thank you.
Tell me a little bit about your character that you're playing.
Nellie is, I like to say that she's not a girl, not yet a woman. One of my favorite Britney Spears songs. And she's very much me. I mean, I feel like our previous generation of ladies had their kids much younger, so they didn't hit this wall at their mid 30s. Like, wait a minute. My mom didn't warn me that I was going to run out of time. Nobody warned me. And that's probably because my mom had me when she was like 24 years old. I'm like probably dancing on a table somewhere at 24. My mom is like at home raising three children. So it feels like this really specific moment in time with this generation of women being told to pursue their dreams, to go after their dreams, not always being mindful of the fact that we do have this quote unquote biological clock. And even though every body is different, Nellie is receiving all of this messaging. Time has run out. You blew it. You blew. What were you doing this whole time? Because you're not going to be able to have children. And did you want kids? Because if you do, you got to handle it today. So it's that panic. It's that the panic years of your mid 30s of trying needing to figure out, gun to your head, do you want kids or not, because you have to do something about it.
But
And
there's
how,
something very nostalgic about this comedy as well. It reminds me of those screwball comedies in the 50s and 40s
oh my
where
gosh,
you throw everything to the wind and we're enjoying the ride with you.
thank you. My editor kept referencing Lucille Ball, and it was the biggest compliment of my life. I mean,
I was
she's
just going to say that you
her.
remind me so much of Lucy. Yeah.
It makes me want to cry because I grew up on Lucy, and she's just like the icon of my life. So thank you
Are,
for that.
are you naturally funny? I mean, have you been funny all your life?
No, I don't think I am naturally funny. I think I've just been through, I think, you know what it is? I think I'm just naturally very honest, and I just kind of let it all hang out to a fault. And I think sometimes people are struck by how honest I can be. Even I am struck by my own. I don't really have a filter in moments that I get nervous. It just kind of comes out and I'm a mess and
Mm.
I'm all over the place. And I think that alone makes people laugh at me. I guess.
Well, everybody says there's a great deal of truth and laughs in honesty in the struggles that we have. We didn't laugh, we'd go nuts.
I think that's really true. And I'm a big fan of the verbal diarrhea monologue. That is my expertise as a writer. I like to my favorite thing to write is a monologue that isn't going to go well, that sounded much better in their head than in reality. So that's kind of my sweet spot as a filmmaker is the verbal diarrhea film. That's what I
Nice. And I think that's your next project is a movie called Verbal Diarrhea. Who would we have in that? Shatner, probably.
obviously Shatner.
Yeah.
It's really an obvious. We got low-hanging fruit
I
there.
don't know. Anyway, but you giving me tangents now, and
I love a tangent.
good. I used to drive a tangent. It was a terrible car.
Wait, that's a real car?
No.
Was
Wow,
that
I got
a
you.
joke, Tony? I think that was a dad joke. Are you a dad?
I'm a dad. I'm a dad. I left in a huff and came in a tizzy. Those are great cars.
I
Um, sorry. I'm blowing this interview, aren't I? I'm auditioning as we speak.
This is my favorite.
Tell me what you think audiences are going to take away from Scrambled.
Oh man, I really just hope. Sorry, I've got an eyelash stuck. I really just hope that if anything, it destigmatizes this process a little bit. That we can, my favorite comment that I get is from men when they come up and they tell me, I didn't know it was this hard. I didn't know that freezing your eggs was this big of a deal. And I go, thank you so much for acknowledging that. Because I think a lot of womanhood is the opposite side, not necessarily knowing how tough some of this is because we are conditioned to handle everything with grace. And it's crazy making. So I really would love it if people would just go, wow, hats off to any woman who has to handle her fertility in hand with science, whether it's IVF, whether it's an IUD, whether it's birth control, and she is breaking out and she is in a bad mood, whether it's just getting her period each month. I just would love it if we could root women on a little bit more with their challenges.
And I think you speak to the bad gene pool that we're all experiencing.
You
It's just,
said it, not me.
I know. I just look at the dating process in today's world and I go, how? Why?
It's rough out there, Tony.
Yeah. We're just going to die out, I think. Everybody's going to be looking at cell phones and that'll be humanity.
It's like in Wall-E,
Yeah.
when everyone is all these little like butter balls driving around on their
That's all we're going to end up being,
yeah.
I think. This movie is crazy funny. It is a wonderful film. I am such a fan of yours now, and
Tommy. Thank you.
truly, you are just the moments that you have that are of angst are great because it shows that just a juxtaposition between drama and comedy, and you do such a great job on it.
Thank you. I feel like life is that, right? Life is messy. It's never one genre. It's never just funny. It's never just full of grief and sadness. I think we can go from crying to laughing and from laughing to crying quite easily as humans if we are open to it. And so that's what I try to capture in my films.
And you did great. They're giving me the wrap. I got to go. Let's get together sometime on social media, do a longer interview, and congratulations. You should come up here to Sundance sometime.
Oh my God, I will. I'm going to be there. Thank you, Tony.
You got it. Thank you so much, Leah.